Hello Cowboys fans. Here's more Dallas Cowboys news. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news from your team. Cowboys eager to erase road problems in Miami. Dallas seems unbeatable at home. Taking the show on the road is proving to be more than the Cowboys can handle. The Cowboys were beaten last weekend in Buffalo and looked to perform much better when they faced the Miami Dolphins on Sunday in Miami Gardens, Florida. Dallas, 10-4, is perfect in 7 home games. That level of play doesn't translate on the road. Quarterback Dak Prescott is baffled by the difference in play. This next week of preparation and, honestly, the next few weeks are about finding out what that difference is and trying to close that gap, Prescott said. Obviously, we'd love to go out and produce like we do at home, but that hasn't been the case. So we have to figure out what those answers are and try to close that gap, and we can't be these other two different teams. The Cowboys were pushed all over the field in their 31-10 loss to Buffalo and allowed 266 rushing yards. The nature of the beating upset Dallas coach Mike McCarthy. That's the message, McCarthy said. We've played very well at home and there's a very big gap on the road, and we're aware of that. We have to be better than that. Earlier this season, Dallas was beaten 42-10 by the host San Francisco 49ers. The Cowboys' other defeats on the road were to the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Dolphins, 10-4, have a 2-game lead over the Bills in the AFC East, but quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is also dealing with a narrative he doesn't like. Although he has passed for 3,921 yards, 25 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, the narrative is that Tagovailoa is performing better than his abilities due to having talented teammates like wideouts Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and running back Raheem Mostert. If I'm the best or the worst, I don't care. I don't listen to that, Tagovailoa said. At the end of the day, I really don't care. Yes, of course. I'm only good with Tyreek, you're right. That's the only time I'm at my best. You're right, I'm only good when Jalen is. I couldn't care less about that. I'm only as good as Raheem Mostert allows me to be. That's what the narrative needs to be. And we're capable of winning games and we can go where we want to go as a team. I'm the worst footballer, if that's what you want. I don't mind. Although he has passed for 3,921 yards, 25 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, the narrative is that Tagovailoa is performing better than his abilities due to having talented teammates like wideouts Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and running back Raheem Mostert. If I'm the best or the worst, I don't care. I don't listen to that, Tagovailoa said. At the end of the day, I really don't care. Yes, of course. I'm only good with Tyreek, you're right. That's the only time I'm at my best. You're right, I'm only good when Jalen is. I couldn't care less about that. I'm only as good as Raheem Mostert allows me to be. That's what the narrative needs to be. And we're capable of winning games and we can go where we want to go as a team. I'm the worst footballer, if that's what you want. I don't mind. The rest of the Dolphins who missed practice were offensive tackle Terron Armstead, knee/ankle, guards Robert Hunt, ankle, and Austin Jackson, oblique, and cornerback Xavier Howard, hip. 2 eight-time Pro Bowlers missed practice for Dallas, as guard Zach Martin, thigh, and tackle Tyron Smith, back, were sidelined. On the defensive side, Malik Hooker, ankle, missed practice. Cowboys wideout CeeDee Lamb is having a sensational season with 107 receptions for 1,306 yards and 8 touchdowns. He needs 9 receptions to break the franchise single-season record set by Hall of Fame member Michael Irvin in 1995. Dallas has won the last 4 meetings against the Dolphins, the most recent being a 31-6 home win in 2019. Media at field level. Rare air. Scouting report from Cowboys Micah Parsons, Dolphins Mike McDaniel. Whenever any team faces the Dallas Cowboys, containing pass rusher Micah Parsons is always a priority. In less than 3 full seasons, Parsons has established himself as one of the most feared defenders in the NFL. The former Penn State star was an All-Pro selection in each of his first 2 seasons, notching at least 13 sacks a year. With 12.5 sacks in 14 games this season, Parsons is on his way to his 3rd All-Pro nomination and potentially even Defensive Player of the Year, an award for which he is currently the favorite. With a Christmas Eve clash against the Miami Dolphins looming, Parsons wants to make the holiday difficult for Tua Tagovailoa and the rest of the offense. Despite the difficulty in containing Parsons, Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel praised the Cowboys star ahead of Sunday's clash. "He's one of the best players in the National Football League at any position. And I don't think it's really debatable," McDaniel said. "This guy is different. And the orchestration that he has with his teammates, the things that coordinator Dan Quinn does with the multiplicity of his alignments, and you can tell that not only is he unique in skill set, but you don't play all the way down the line and in the huddle, and do all the things that he does without having a true love for the game." Even though Parsons is such a difficult player to game plan for, McDaniel is looking forward to the challenge of containing the star quarterback. Related, he's sick. Micah attacks Cowboys fake analysts. "He's more fun to watch when you're not going to play him. But that said, I like the challenge of going up against elite players like our players do. And it's really cool to watch because you combine talent with strength. That's rarefied air in general with the level of talent and the level of strength that he displays. He's a real guy, that's for sure." This is the first time McDaniel will face Parsons. Micah Parsons criticizes fake analysts for criticism of Dak and Cowboys. "It's sick." Dallas Micah Parsons criticizes fake analysts for criticism of Dak Prescott's Cowboys. Any story can change in the blink of an eye in the NFL, and the Dallas Cowboys are just the latest example of that fact. Before Sunday's game against the Buffalo Bills, many hailed the Cowboys as Super Bowl contenders and claimed that this year's team was different after winning 5 in a row and beating their archrivals in the Philadelphia Eagles. Then, after losing to the Bills, albeit in violent fashion, the narrative shifted to Dallas being soft, unable to win on the road, and other harsh criticisms. Cowboys All-Pro linebacker Micah Parsons has certainly noticed the sudden change and, needless to say, he's not exactly thrilled about it. "It's almost sick," said Micah. "Everyone just expects the Cowboys to lose. I've seen several analysts, people who are fake analysts who somehow got jobs on TV, saying 'there goes your boy,'" Parsons said on his podcast The Edge with Micah Parsons. "It's almost to the point of being sickening that former players wait for other current players to fail so that they have something to talk about. It's not just about naming names. I feel like, at this point, you kind of know who you are." "We do." FS1's Shady McCoy is the worst offender here, saying nothing about Dak Prescott when Dallas is winning and then coming out of hiding after a Cowboys loss. Other pundits who never played do the same. Witness FS1's Skip Bayless doing silly little skits in his kitchen, showing him throwing Cowboys jerseys into his bin after losses. And yes, some in DFW are to blame too, for coming up with the strange idea that interceptions are in Dak's DNA, and then excitedly waiting for a change of direction to occur so that an "I told you so" tweet could be made. The Cowboys are not only the most popular club in the NFL, but also a love them or hate them team. As such, there's never a shortage of fans or media pundits waiting to pounce on them when they lose, especially as happened on Sunday. Have your say on the news? And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Dallas Cowboys news. Thank you.